Ok, hola, hola. Empieza el bendito stream de cada mes. Avisen si está bien el volumen de la música en comparación al volumen de mi voz, porque probablemente no habla lo suficientemente fuerte, pero bueno, a veces la vida es así. Voy a empezar con la Rias esta. Anoche usé un poquito de tiempo y empecé a hacerlos. Hice como un esqueletito para todos, pero me emocioné un poquito con Romina y le empecé a hacer de más, así que está medio hecha, pero bueno, eso. Empiezo con Rias. A ver. Tengo el chat acá abierto, así que si alguien quiere poner algo, es bienvenido para que ponga un saludito. Una carita voy a poner. Listo. Ok. Casi tiro todo el piso. Voy a sacar un poco el fondo de esto que distrae. Otra referencia de la chica esta. Le quiero ver los ojos. A ver. ¿Cómo son tus ojos, Rias?
This is for the band of levels up in the bandos. Rain the shots to Golden State. I'm Steph Curry with the handles. Fuck it. They gonna have to sue me
Ay,
for
no
the
me gusta la
samples of
canción.
Charles Barkley and MJ.
Puse una playlist cualquiera de Spotify que decía royalty free, así no tengo problemas. Así que si hay alguna canción que está fea, no es mi culpa, ¿ok? Hello! Glad to see you back on my stream. Yeah, it's just like the base rough thing before I actually start sketching. I always get a little nervous when I start streaming, so I try to have a base to start with. And yet I keep getting nervous anyway. Hope it looks better when it's finished though. The guy who requested this asked for a specific lingerie, so that's why she's so exposed. No sé cómo hacerle la boca. A ver. Voy a ir más como por una expresión así. A ver. Buenos días, Marco Romina. Hello to you both. Yeah, Louise is coming next. She's gonna be a kitty. And then another kitty, so it's gonna be a fun stream. Double kitty fun. Speaking of kitties, I'm gonna be uploading another cat girl commission soon. Probably after the stream sketches, or maybe before. Yeah, I'll do it before. So you'll be seeing that later today, hopefully, on my socials. Except Instagram. I never update Instagram. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I'm lazy. No, it's annoying. And I'm lazy. This playlist is so weird. Se hace lo que se puede. A mí también se me complica un poco. O sea, depende mucho de la pose y de la ropa que esté quedando. O sea, vale decir que rinde mucho usar referencias, ¿no? Como yo no dibujo desnudos directamente, es como que contener en general referencias en bikini o ropa interior o tipo esos modelos. Igual también hay tipo desnudos artísticos, tienen recursos online, viste, para practicar y eso. Y cada tanto miro para tener una idea de qué es lo que hay abajo de todo, ¿no? Pero al fin y al cabo nunca las dibujo desnudas, así que me termina sirviendo más mirar cómo interactúan diferentes cuerpos en diferentes ropas y poses y qué sé yo. Y el resto, bueno, es un poco imaginación porque son medio desproporcionados estos pechos para un frame tan pequeño, pero bueno, es el poder de la fantasía.
a breakthrough.
Claro, sí, no, es complicado encontrar referencias de un tamaño tan intenso. Y es cuestión de buscar gente que tenga este tamaño acá, más allá del tamaño que pueda tener en otros lugares, porque lo que uno está buscando es la referencia de acá, ¿no? Hay que ser selectivo, digamos. Pero material se encuentra. Igual es más que nada imaginar lo que no es un sólido, digamos. Hay muy buenos recursos en línea para artistas, para esas cosas. No sé quién es Asanai. ¿Es el artista de esto? ¿Esta serie? No sé. Si uno se arriesga a tratar de hacerlo un poco mejor cada vez, o sea, uno va mejorando quiera o no. Es como que yo tampoco dibujaba tanto cuerpos tan grandes, cuerpos tan grandes, partes del cuerpo tan grandes antes, ¿no? Pero con el tiempo es como que sin estar tan activamente practicándolo, empezaron a salir mejor. Supongo, o sea, miro los últimos trabajos que estuve haciendo estos últimos meses en comparación a otras cosas así de chicas en bikini o qué sé yo, que hacía hace 2 años y están mejor, se ven más reales, digamos. Pero eso también es porque en general mejoré, así que no sé si es algo de solamente los pechos que mejoré. No puedo negar que son una parte importante del atractivo del dibujo. Yo incluso siendo mujer y no teniendo atracción a otras mujeres, no en este sentido, me importa que se vean bien porque queda lindo. Queda lindo, es la realidad. Te atraiga o no, queda lindo. Las cosas como son. Ojo, esto es en el 2D, en la vida real. Yo estas cosas no. no te olvides el trasero, eso también es importante. O al menos las piernas, a mí me encanta dibujar piernas. Es como que cuando me toca dibujar un personaje que es medio flaquito, siempre me cuesta un poquito más porque suelo hacer piernas medio voluminosas yo. Más que me cuesta más, tengo que prestar atención a no hacerla toda thick, digamos. Uno de mis personajes, un par de mis personajes, Cotone y Tangerine, las dos tienen, y Romina también, o sea, no tienen piernotas, así que siempre tengo que tener cuidado de no cerrar las piernas como todas así explotadas. Eso era una sola pierna, no dos. Si alguien no sabe español, que muchos no deben saber español de los que escuchan, muchos, un par de los que escuchan no deben saber español y debe estar gracioso. No sé de qué pensarán que estoy hablando. Estoy hablando de piernas y pechos y dibujos. ¿De qué más hablaría? Si decimos que es lo más importante, al fin y al cabo, siempre que se vea la cara va a ser más importante, porque aunque el cuerpo esté perfecto, si la cara está mal hecha, es como te distrae. El cuerpo siempre distrae si está mal hecho, pero es como más perdonable si la cara es muy linda. Me encuentro con que me pasa mucho eso con artistas que sigo y que me gustan. Es como que capaz los cuerpos que hacen son medio amorfos, pero hacen tan lindas caras, tan lindos ojitos, que es como que, no me importa. Me gusta ver a los ojos de un personaje y verles la cara y saber qué es lo que sienten o por conectarse con el personaje. Me gusta hacerlos bien expresivos. Me suelen decir que ay, tus dibujos son tan expresivos y me hace feliz eso, porque a eso apunto. Entre otras cosas, ¿no? Pero es algo que considero muy importante, la expresión. Tengo miedo de que se despierte mi gata Pipi, que está acá al lado mío dormida y que se acaba de reacomodar. Tengo miedo de que se ponga a maullar y a molestar. Porque si no nadie la para. Está bostezando. Casi no puedo evitar hacer siempre como este cosito en el pelo, tipo esta elevación arriba del flequillo. Me encanta cómo queda, así que es como que no puedo. Apenas hay un peinado que más o menos le va, es como enseguida se lo pongo a esto. Eso, o al menos tipo estas rayas de donde empiezan los costados del flequillo, me re gustan. Me pasa a mí porque voy a eventos y la gente en la cara somos todos artistas, entonces yo les digo, ay, qué lindo tu dibujo, y me dicen, ay, qué lindo tu dibujo, me gusta esto, y tipo dicen algo en particular y generalmente es algo genérico como están lindos y qué sé yo, y obviamente gracias, lo acepto, venga, aguanten los cumplidos, necesito cumplidos para vivir. No tanto, pero bueno. pero me gusta cuando dicen específicamente, me gusta cómo usas el color, me gusta la distribución que tenés en los cuadros, cómo contás historias, tipo cosas así más específicas a lo que yo hago. Y eso me hace feliz, está bueno. Es genial cuando haces un fanart de algo y el artista original de ese algo está como, ¡ay! Me gustó, o lo retuitea, no sé qué. La de Necopara, por ejemplo. Estoy haciendo esta línea de comisiones de las chicas de Necopara en la playa. De hecho, ya terminé la última, es la que voy a estar subiendo después. Hoy probablemente la suba. Y la artista siempre lo retuitea. Así que me hace feliz. Tipo, si la tagueas, siempre te retuitea el fanart, así que eso está bueno. ¿Sabes qué? Te reentiendo, porque hay grupos en Facebook en los que yo antes subía un montón y siempre eran al final las mismas personas que te ponían muy bonito, hermoso, precioso, es como que siempre te dicen lo mismo y es como vacío, qué sé yo. Cuando son como... siento que hay comunidades y cosas en las que te comentan para que uno les comente de vuelta. Y yo no creo que esté bien eso, yo creo que si algo te gusta y lo decís es porque te gusta, no esperando un cumplido a cambio o whatever. Ojo, sí me encanta cuando amigos míos que los conozco y que me han dicho un par de veces que les gustan mis dibujos, que me vuelvan a repetir, me gustan tus dibujos, me gustó este, y que les den like y los compartan, eso obviamente me encanta, pero hay veces que es medio que te das cuenta que es genérico el cumplido que te dan. Igual eso ayuda al algoritmo en Instagram, Facebook, Twitter y todas estas cosas. Ayuda, aunque sea vacío el comentario, que haya comentarios, ayuda al engagement y que le aparezca más gente. Es una mugre que sea así porque antes de hace un par de años en Facebook yo subía algo y le aparecía a todas las personas que me seguían básicamente. Entonces siempre tenía tipo miles y miles de personas que veían mis posts y me comentaban y qué sé yo. Y de repente casi que de un día para el otro tengo que 4.000 fans en la página, una cosa así. 200 personas ven mis posts. Entonces es como que no te dan ganas de subir las cosas porque la gente que te sigue no te sigue al final. No les muestran tus posts a menos que mucha más gente les comente. Es para fomentar contenido que no es bueno, solamente es incendiario, como agarrar y decir, oh, ¿qué les parece? ¿Hago el corpiño rojo o azul? Y pongo 2 fotos de las tetas y ya está. Eso no es un buen post. Pero como la gente comenta, aparece más. Me da rabia que hayan cambiado un sistema así, es muy dañino para artistas y para comunidades de arte. Siempre estás como pidiendo que la gente te diga, ¿qué prefieren, esto o aquello? O una pregunta en los posts para que la gente comente algo. Es triste que sea así, pero bueno, qué sé yo, es lo que hay. Todos tenemos que luchar con eso o pagar para que aparezcan nuestras cosas. En fin. Gracias a Dios no estoy teniendo problemas con que suficiente gente vea mis cosas como para que compren mis libros y mi merch y mi qué sé yo. El otro día en Reddit empecé a subir los stickers, por ejemplo, que hago. Y gracias a eso vendí un montón y tuve que estar así, organizar un poco más cómo hago mis envíos y qué sé yo, de la cantidad de veces que tuve que ir al correo. Pero bien. Una pena que todavía hay ciertos países a los que no les puedo enviar nada, es una pena. Pero bueno, ya llegará el momento. A ver qué decís. Claro, yo hago lo mismo. Es como que hay veces que quiero contar mi proceso y qué sé yo, pero la gente ve un texto largo y pasa de largo. No sé qué subir. No sé si subir texto corto, texto largo, hashtag, no hashtag. Todo muy complicado, así que últimamente Instagram ni lo actualizo y cuando lo actualizo agarro y tiro el dibujo y pongo un dibujo, jaja, ya está, y que se estalle. El lugar en el que más me esfuerzo ahora mismo creo que vendría a ser Twitter, porque es donde tengo seguidores japoneses, ¿viste? Y yo estoy acá y la mayoría de mi clientela al fin y al cabo va a seguir siendo acá por los eventos y eso, así que quiero que más gente me conozca. Facebook todo el tiempo está cambiando. Hace poco cambiaron otra vez y nuevamente sacaron, ahora me tengo que fijar si lo agregaron ahora, pero creo que todavía no, la opción de subir en varios idiomas. Me da tanta rabia, porque yo agarraba y todos los posts los ponía en inglés, en español y en japonés, ¿viste? Entonces, dependiendo de lo que tengas seteado vos en tu computadora, lo ibas a ver en inglés o en japonés o en español, ¿no? Y ahora es como que dijeron, bueno, ahora no está más. ¿Para qué quitan cosas que son necesarias? Porque no voy a agarrar y hacer me molesta hacer el post y poner para que todos vean los 3 idiomas, todos pegoteados juntos. Así que estoy empezando a postear medio así nomás. En Facebook creo que se renotó. Pero ya a este punto, no sé. Ni siquiera ve la gente mis cosas en Facebook. Es supuestamente el lugar donde más seguidores tengo actualmente. Y es donde menos gente ve las cosas. O sea, en Twitter tengo más engagement y más... qué sé yo. Y las hashtags ni sirven, porque si agarras e inundas en Twitter tu post de hashtags, es como que nadie lo ve. Con suerte yo pongo 1 o 2, porque si no... no sé, me encuentro con que los posts que más veo en Twitter, que tienen un montón de likes y retweet y gente nueva siguiéndolos y esas cosas, tipo tienen un perro de título y ya está, y hay un dibujo del perro y se acabó. Qué sé yo. O sea, yo ya no sé cómo funciona nada. Hago lo que puedo. O sea, es cuestión de que alguien vea tu post y lo comparta, que justo lo vea alguien más y lo comparta en vez de pensar qué lindo y se acabó. Ese es un mundo cruel. Hay demasiados artistas. Somos demasiados. Pero bueno, la verdad no tengo mucho de qué quejarme porque estoy bien. Y creo que voy a estar mejor dentro de acá a fin de año porque pienso empezar a sacar un nuevo manga, ¿viste? De Cotone, Tangerine y Camila. Y eso yo creo que va a generar una nueva ola de personas que van a llegar a ver mi contenido porque la gente comente en el cómic, porque lo voy a subir, no como las Rominas que son pagas y van a seguir siendo pagas, lo siento. Va a seguir, ¿cómo que se llama? Lo voy a estar subiendo a mis redes sociales en baja, ¿no? Y también voy a hacer el libro para que la gente lo pueda tener en físico, que va a estar en japonés, eso, salvo que es súper recontra estalle y en ese cambio si es caso se sacaría en inglés físico, pero eso es a futuro, no hay que adelantarse. Y las versiones físicas del libro tendrían como extra un par de tiras más o algo así al final como bonus. Eso y tener el libro en físico y estar apoyándome monetariamente sería el beneficio, pero quiero que todo el mundo pueda leer la historia, así que eso va a hacer que más gente encuentre mi trabajo y lo vea y les guste y los haga felices, y eso es el punto. Sí, no sé, o sea, en general una buena manera de hacer seguidores al principio es subir fanart, supongo, o ser muy activo, subir tipo los bocetitos. Qué sé yo, no me mires a mí, que como verás, si mirás mi crecimiento en Twitter es como la oruga. No sube mucho. Y cuando subes porque fui a un evento y repartí mi tarjetita con mi Twitter diciendo: hola, yo soy Pepita y estoy acá y esta soy yo, esta es mi tarjetita. Esforcémonos en el evento de hoy. Esas cosas voy y hago. Y algunas de esas personas agarran y buscan mi Twitter y me siguen. Y así es como consigo seguidores últimamente. Son físicos, digamos, los seguidores. El qué buena idea, qué lindo, no sé ni a qué te referís porque estoy hablando sin parar, así que no tengo ni idea de qué idea fue. Lo de la tarjetita, tal vez, supongo, no sé. Voy a hacerle unos detalles más al corpiño este porque está medio meh. Uy, casi tiró todo el piso. Vamos a hacerle unos voladitos o algo de eso. Es una pavada esto, pero lo hace ver más como ropa interior que un coso. Ya está. Y capaz que a ver, no sé si agregarle algo porque usualmente los corpiños tienen como, o los lace tienen como cositas así, o son tipo así y después el lace, pero esto tiene esta forma extraña, así que no sé si hacerle tipo, sí, me parece que tiene como unos huevos raros ahí, nada, no me gusta. Voy a hacerle eso, capaz una segunda capa ayude. Una cosa así. De por sí está un poquito mucho esto. La hablona me dicen, porque no me callo. Ok. A ver cómo viene por acá. Como que me quedé pensando en vos, Marco, porque tenés muy lindo trabajo y muy lindo estilo, o sea, capaz es cuestión de subir más seguido o resubir cosas que ya subiste, capaz subir el post y un par de días después subir un close-up de la cara, yo decir, dibujo lo que quieran a random un par de personas de las que comenten, así la gente te comenta. Porque, o sea, no estás en un punto en el que tu trabajo es súper principiante y bueno, y hay que esperar que con suerte alguien te quiera seguir. Tus trabajos son lindos, así que es cuestión de que la gente los vea, porque no pueden seguirte si no te conocen, ¿no? O sea, yo más o menos me muevo con esa filosofía, digamos, porque mi trabajo sea bueno o no, si la gente no lo ve, no me sigue. Tienen que verlo primero, así que trato de ponerlo afuera, mostrarlo. Así la gente puede encontrarme. Y si les gusta bien y si no también, porque también entiendo que la manera en la que yo dibujo, cómo estilizo, cómo estos ojos de mosca gigante y qué sé yo, no le gustan a todos. Pero quiero que a la gente que le gusta, quiero que lo vean. Quiero que gente que tenga mi estilo en la lista de estilos que le gustan, quiero que lo vean. Que me digan, esto es lo que yo quería ver, esto es lo que me gusta. No quiero que la gente que solamente me gusta lo realista se obligue a seguirme, por ejemplo, ¿no? Sé que limito mi mercado cuando no dibujo ciertas cosas o cierto contenido o en ciertos estilos o whatever, pero al fin y al cabo yo quiero disfrutar de lo que hago. Me puedo dar el lujo de tratar de disfrutar de lo que hago. Por eso es que ahora también limité mucho mis comisiones. Creo que ya está esto. Está linda. Yo creo que quedó linda. Okidoki. Tirar la firmita. A ver. No, ahí no entra. Acá. Firmita, firmita. Quedó medio rara la firma, pero está bien. Ok. Rias Gremory. Y ahora, Luisa la petiza. Arre. Estoy contenta de que me haya llegado un pedido como Louise. Es como que es exactamente el tipo de cosa que me divierte dibujar. Como personaje más o menos la conozco. La serie la vi un par de veces ya. Así que creo que la puedo representar bien. Yes! Sorry for the wait. It takes like almost an hour, I think, to do like the base sketches like this. And that's with a base like this, right? I didn't really start from scratch. I did actually. It was one of the first series I watched when I got back into anime high school. And I rewatched it last year, I think. It's so silly. It's not what I would watch right now, but the nostalgia makes it good. I like the character design. I like the way they use magic in the world. I like how they have wands. I did try and watch all of the series with the same seiyuu of the little tiny tsundere angry character. And out of those I liked Shana and Toradora and this one. But yeah, it was fun. I liked it. ¿Ves? Subiste un dibujo y yo ni lo llegué a ver, o sea, ni me enteré. No me apareció en ninguna parte, así que ni sabía que lo habías subido. Después voy a ver ¿En Twitter lo subiste? Si lo subiste en Twitter, lo voy a ver ahora después del stream. Y si no, te busco en Facebook. Es que te habías cambiado el nombre un par de veces y nunca me acuerdo qué nombre estás usando en el momento. Así que no sé, comentame o déjame el link y después lo veo. Aunque si la gente sigue hablando después, capaz no encuentro el link, pero bueno. Out of the cast of the series, I think I like Siesta the best. The maid. I originally liked her because her name is just Nap in Spanish. And I thought it was cute, but I like the short black straight hair. That's a thing I usually really like. And I like her personality too, so I think she's my favorite. Yeah, I tried to watch Nagi, but it was after my initial, oh, I love anime, I'm gonna watch everything phase. And I just didn't enjoy it as much. It felt like Shanna with a gun. So I just skipped it. I'm really sorry for Nagi fans. I'm sure it must be different, but I'm just not in the mood for another new series like that. I mean, if I want to watch that, I'll just rewatch Toradora or Shanna. Shanna, I like the first 2 seasons. From the 3rd one on, it just got so bad art-wise, and the story was just a mess, so I just left it. Which is a pity, because the art style in Shanna is based off of Louise, which is she's one of my favorite artists, or at least she was one of the ones that inspired me to draw more. So I'm kind of upset that they didn't do her justice. With the low quality of the 3rd season, oh my gosh, it was a mess. I'm gonna add the blush later when I color her. Dale, mándame por Twitter y listo, lo veo después. Lo veré después, ahora estoy dibujando. Pero después lo miro porque me gustan tus dibujos. Ok, vamos a tratar de darle un poco de forma en vez de seguir haciendo la cara sin sentido. Haruhi is another series that I watched because I like Noisito's designs. I rewatched it a little while ago. It's still good, it still holds up, it's different. And there's a new novel or something coming out now. I hope it gets adapted into an anime, because I don't really have much time to read lately. So I'll just watch this series while I have lunch or dinner. Just watch anime while I eat. And while I draw, I watch crime documentaries. Or other things that I can just listen to and not actively watch, so I can just focus on the art and my brain can focus on some murder or mystery or something. Haruhi is one of those series that you just you kind of must watch it. It's up there with the great ones. speaking of must-watch series, there's also Evangelion. I tried to watch it like last year or the year before that, I think. I did watch it, at least the original Evangelion, not the movie or the second series or whatever there is there. I didn't like it. Like, I like the style, like visually how it looks, but I couldn't like it. I did try though. I gave it my all. I think I like her, either her school uniform, it's really pretty with the cape, but I also like when she's belly dancing, I think it's really cute. This one, I think her costumes are good. I'm not much of a fan of the baby doll she wears though, so that's an exception, I guess. But the kitty is a good option. You cannot go wrong with cat ears. I must say that this is not my outfit of choice for a cat girl, which is why my little Romina cat girl I'm doing later has a different outfit. And I like the collar, the thing on her neck too. The size of her body is a bit too small, so I'm gonna be editing that. Siempre es un problema igual que lleguen hasta allá las películas que hacen acá, ¿no? O sea, yo al menos en Argentina recuerdo que o sea, no recuerdo que haya muchas películas japonesas, al menos de animación, en los cines. No sé si llegué a ver alguna. También pasa medio al revés. Por ejemplo, con la película de Sonic, demoró tanto en llegar a Japón. También estuvo el tema del corona en el medio, ¿no? Pero fue ridículo todo el tiempo que tardó en llegar hasta acá. La esperamos como por un año entero. Tuve que activamente evitar los spoilers. Me encanta Sonic, así que yo la quería ver por primera vez en el cine, no la quería bajar un rip todo asqueroso, porque aparte, antes de que salga en Japón todavía no había salido el Blu-ray ni nada, así que ni siquiera es que la podía bajar en buena calidad y yo la quería ver bien, así que esperé y la fui a ver al cine. Creo que se reconecta. A ver. I think it's back. I don't know what happened. Saito would enjoy anything and everything she wears because he loves her, so he's not really a factor, I think. I must say I'm not really a fan of the most aggressive bits of these kind of tsundere characters. Like when she's like, stupid dog, and she's just hitting him or whatever. It's just too mean. It's like, how could you like a girl that does that? It's not healthy. It's not nice. So, while I do like this series because I know where it's going, now I have already watched it, so I know what to expect. where the story is going and how she's gonna evolve as a character, but I don't feel like going through that journey with new characters, so maybe that's why I stopped watching Nagi. I just didn't feel like using my patience on another tsundere, aggressive tsundere, because usually like regular tsundere, like for example Kagami from Lucky Star, speaking of another old classic, let's say, she doesn't really hit anybody. There's not a male interest in the series anyway, but she doesn't like hit her friends or whatever. She's just kind of aggressive and tsuntsuni in general. That's cute. And that's like, oh, what's this hand? Oh my god. So that's good. A good tsundere, I think. But Louise, if I hadn't watched Seru no Tsukaima originally, I probably wouldn't watch it now. Redo this hand because it was kind of awful. Yeah, that looks better. Let's get rid of this thing. Hora de hacer el pelo. Pelo. A ver. Esta es una mejor referencia para el pelo. Yeah, that just wasn't good. It wasn't fun to watch, at least for me, when she was being so violent towards him. Then pretended that was cute and whatever. It's just, I get it back then, but when new anime does that, it's like, ugh. Just get new ideas. Like with all this isekai lately, everything is isekai. Like, oh, I reincarnated as this and that, I died, and now I'm in a fantasy world. It's all the same. I'm getting kind of tired of isekai. There are some good ones out there, but there's just so many of them. It's tiring. I miss just regular school, cute girls doing cute things. But maybe people got tired of that, and that's why they started isekai. I don't know. Anything can be good if implemented correctly. Direction is really important, and timing too. But yeah. She'll have her top, of course. I'm just sketching. Sí, quería darle el colmillito, pero no quería hacerlo así saliendo de la boca, quería hacerlo así de piel, que creo que queda lindo. Así que le hice eso. Como pensando cómo hacer el pelo, porque tiene un pelo medio complicado ella. Yeah, that's gonna take a while. I don't like to rush, so I do take my time even if it's just a sketch. Yes, I know. It's funny because most people won't really get to see the detail on any of my works because I only upload them on high definition on Patreon. But I know that even if it's just one person that sees a full resolution or high resolution, I want to make it good for them, you know. In the future, I'm thinking of making live streams on Patreon of like regular work, not just these sketches, so that people can have more of an idea. Hello, Shari. Stop video. Well, in the end, she is a caricature. She's not a real person, so of course there's exaggeration, but I think that a lot of people saw that how popular this kind of character became, and then it became like a normal archetype to have like the aggressive little tiny evil girl, haha. And I just got tired of it. Gonna move on to some of her body. I'm doing good. I'm drawing cute girls, so I'm doing good. Hehe. Busy like always, but good busy. I'm gonna get busier now because I've started working on my manga, so that's gonna be intense. I know you do. I know you do. If I'm busy, then you're double busy, always. I'm making an original story for my manga. It's a story I've been working on for many years before Romina. Like before like that magical girl thing I did a couple of. That was kind of practice to see if I could do it. And I thought, yeah, I could. And now I'm finally gonna make it. Rather than saying I've been working on it for so many years, it's more like I started thinking about it so many years ago, and I very little by little have been building up on it. Like every couple of weeks or months, I'd be like, oh, maybe this would be good, this could work. That sort of few years. But I've only recently started to actually put some shape into it, and it's looking good. It's gonna be fun. Hope you like it. I'm gonna post it on my social media. Bye, Shadi. We'll be talking soon. Fret not. lower the music a little bit if I'm going to be speaking. I turned my mic off a little bit so I could just focus a bit on the art and stop talking so much. That kind of takes away from the point of streaming though, so it's back on. Let me know if the music is too loud or too low. My mic is in the maximum setting as far as I can set it, so if my voice is too low, then I'm sorry. That's all I can say. There, I had to take off my sweater, it's getting so hot here. Ugh. I already miss winter. It's only spring, but it's so humid here. The rainy season's coming. It's just not going to be nice. Even for staying at home, like, all the humidity seeps into the house and it gets harder to draw. Like, I need my hand to just glide through the tablet and on my desk, and it gets really hard when it's hot because your hand sweats, even if it's just a little bit, and just it gives you a grip that you do not want. So whenever it's too hot for me to draw comfortably, then I'll start using the AC, but so far it's manageable by just taking off a sweater or whatever and just being on a t-shirt. I also wear like this non-slip hand thing, glove thing that came with a tablet. Something's off here. Oh, there. Okay. Just so I won't be sticking to my tablet screen. The tail should be behind, but with all this hair you won't even see it. Maybe it's just too big. Let's see what I can do with this tail. Okay. Thank you, el nene. Yeah, it's quite handy. It's also useful for traditional art for people who don't smudge as much as I do. I smudge a lot, so I just end up using a piece of paper underneath my hand. Maybe all this digital art, like I got too used to digital. And so I'm used to just dragging my hand on the canvas. And when you work traditionally, you just smudge the pencil or the ink or whatever all over, and it's not good. So that's what I get, I think. But for digital art, it's almost a must if you live in a place that has even a little bit of humidity, or maybe you have the greasy hands, I don't know. It's handy, and they're cheap and easy to get, so. These gloves. Okay, la couleur, ceci. Okay. You'll be able to tell that this is the tail and not some weird thing that's coming out of her chest because of the color. Oh, maybe mix up with this. I'm thinking. Okay, let's try something else. Okay, let's forget about the tail for now. Maybe I can just make it peek out, like through here, like a normal tail pose. Yeah, that's better. Why did I complicate myself so much? It's just better. There we go. I find myself actually looking at my cat when I make these catgirl drawings. Mainly for the ears. Like, I say that, but these ears are awful, but yeah. To see how they move and whatever, but these are not her actual ears, so it's okay if they're all perky for no reason. It's okay, it's all okay. My cat, my pet cat's just laying right beside me while I draw. I have this little cat bed on my desk, so she can just chill with me while I work. Okay. Thinking how this arm would look. Yeah. Something like that, I think. Yeah. Yes. Okay, now time to clean this up a little bit. Maybe put her more over there. Yes. Now I'm gonna clean her up. I will only be able to work a little tiny bit on the Romina sketch, but that's okay. It's always the case, like the third sketch never gets as much love on the streams. I don't know. I don't think her brain would go that far. Even if she could speak, instead of speaking of my art, she would just be like, please give me more of this and that food. Thank you. That would be the end of her communications. I don't think she'd talk with such finesse though. She'd be more like, food! And that'd be it. She's pretty stupid. All cats are stupid. And cute. She's a good girl. Maybe my cat, if she could speak and think more, and she saw me drawing all these cat girls, she would be worried maybe if I was a guy. I don't know. But if we could speak, maybe I would just ask her, could you just put your ears like this or like that for a reference? And she would do it in exchange of a treat or something. This is such a weird conversation. Let's just stop and conversation. I'm just speaking by myself, talking by myself. So I'll just leave it there. Point being, my cat doesn't speak, so it's all good. No need to worry. Clever as far as a cat goes. Like if you compare it with a human, they're all pretty stupid. Let's be honest here. My cat doesn't know any tricks. She does know how to open doors, which is why we never really have any doors closed except for the front door, of course. In our house, like all the doors are always open. Except for the bathroom, she doesn't have any interest in going in the bathroom when nobody's in there. But like the door handle, she just jumps and hangs onto it until it opens. She picked that up while she was a kitten, so I guess you could say she's smart, but she's only smart when she wants to be. The rest of the time she's pretty stupid. But I like her. She doesn't need to be smart, I like her. I love you, Pee-Pee. If we're speaking of, in like cat standards, she's not the dumbest cat I've had. I had a cat back in Argentina before moving to Japan. Oh, she was so dumb. She's just so dumb. Like, maybe rather than dumb, she was just not really coordinated. When you played with her, she would never catch the toy. There was nothing wrong with her in that sense. She was just silly. I don't know. She was so gorgeous though. She had like, I don't know how you pronounce it in English, but she had heterochromia, I think you say it. Like one eye of each color. One of her eyes was blue and the other one was green. She's so pretty. I cannot say she was pretty because she still is pretty. My brother's taking care of her now. He sends me pictures every now and then. She's doing great. Still silly. That's the thing with pets, like any animal, no matter how smart they are in comparison to other animals of the same species or the whole animal kingdom, they're always gonna be pretty dumb when you compare it to humans. So you cannot go wrong saying that a cat is dumb. I think. Yeah, I know the word. I wasn't sure how you pronounce it in English. Like in Spanish, you just say heterochromia, and I guess it's heterochromia or something like that in English. I don't know. English is weird. If I talk too much, I get distracted and I just start messing the drawing up, so every now and then I have to just focus a little bit. Particularly on the initial stages of the sketch. When I'm cleaning up a bit like now, I can talk some more, I think. But still, there's a high chance I'll mess something up really bad if I just go blah 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 and not look at what I'm doing. Yes. Louise a cutie. But that's fine, I like talking. So if you guys want to ask me something, anything, I'm just gonna do my best to answer. If I do mess something up in the drawing, I'll just fix it later offline, so it's no big deal. This is the only time a month I actually talk with my international fans so directly. So fans or followers, or however you want to say it, people who just look at my art and like it, I don't know. I don't want to just label you as, oh, my fans. That sounded really weird. But yeah, it's a good chance to just communicate with you guys. Or for you to ask me anything, since most of the time when people ask me, I maybe don't have the time to just go into detail, into an answer. But if I'm talking, I could just ramble on and on and on, so. Yes. I think she's coming out pretty cute. I'm just gonna make her blush to oblivion later. Her hair's so fluffy. Yes. I have a better time drawing cute characters rather than like cool or like serious characters. This is more of my thing. So I'm quite comfortable with her. Hope you guys like it too. I'm just gonna pop my knuckles real quick. Oh, that's better. I'm relatively close to being done with her sketch, I think. Yeah, I mean, I could polish it a lot more, but I want to move on to Romina until the stream's over. I'm gonna show off Louise and Rias Gremory, which I finished earlier. Well, finished, quote unquote. Just as a recap for people who are watching now. Not many of you out there, but more than usual, so that's good, I guess. Okay, so that's pretty much Louise. I will be coloring her later, but this is pretty much how this sketch will look. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix her eyes a bit, but more or less she'll be like this. And then there's Rias Gremory, which I'm quite happy with. I'm looking at her again. I like this spiky hair. And now I'm gonna move on to my original character, Romina. I don't like saying Romina, so I'll just say it as it is. Romina. This is gonna be the one I enjoy drawing the most, I have to be honest. Because she's my girl. I'm really happy that she does get requested. That she did get requested this time. Why are you sad it's done? It cannot go on forever. I'm gonna polish up this sketch a bit, and I'm gonna do all of the colors offline, I think, because it's already half past noon. And we usually eat at like 1 o'clock, so my stomach is rumbling already. I'm like her, like, I wanna eat. Romina. This is, it's not really the first time she's a cat, but like in the canon stories I've made of her, she's been a butterfly, a dog, and a mermaid, but she's never been a cat, so it's kind of not canon, but anybody can be a cat girl, a cute cat girl, yeah. My cute baby in particular, I love her. I started making the Romina comics, as I said, as a practice for the other comic I'm actually working on right now. But since she's the only one I've released the story of, people here only know her, mainly, not really my other characters from my other story, because I haven't shown it to anybody since it's still in the works. So I'm gonna try really hard to do my best with the new one so it gets a good reception. I was really happy with the good reception I had for Romina when I initially made a comic here. I was really scared that people weren't gonna like her, they wouldn't like her stories or whatever, but I did get quite plenty fans, and we're like, when's the next Romina? Are you gonna make more? When I initially make the first Romina manga, the one when she turns into a butterfly, a couple of months after I did that, a client came to an event and bought her, and he asked me if I was gonna make any more, and I hadn't even thought of that yet. But just that one comment was like, wow, people actually want me to make more. Like, even if it was just this one guy, maybe more people thought that, and maybe more people wanted to see more, they just didn't tell me. So I went ahead and made 2 more Romina comics, and they did really well, and people were really happy with her. It's really exciting to see that people liked my original work more than my fan-made work, you know? Because when you sell fan art, like when I sell idol master books or whatever, you're kind of clinging on the popularity of an existing series, right? So you're not responsible for making that series popular or good. You're just making fan art, right? So when I started getting fans for my original work, it's just so much more rewarding. And the fact that I had to reprint a couple of the comics already, this was before Corona, by the way, it was just, it opened my eyes to how much people would like my own work instead of just fan art. And I mean, it makes sense because they cannot really buy Romina content anywhere else. Like, I'm the one that makes it, and it's not a franchise or whatever. So if somebody liked it, there's no choice but to buy it from me, to get it from me, or to hear from me. So unlike Idol Master or Love Live or whatever, where there's a huge fandom and you can just pick and choose what to buy, which artist to follow, it's a different, it's completely different, really. In Idol Master, for example, when I go to events, I only purchase things of the characters I really like and on an art style I like. So if there's a Shiki book or a keychain or something, I will most likely get it because I like Shiki, not so much because I like that person's work. I mean, I do like the work, but the threshold is lower. With original work, there's a lot of people that have a nice art style, but maybe the design's not good, maybe the story's not good, I don't know. There are a lot more hurdles to work with than with fan art. So I'm really hoping that people will like my new story. It's gonna be a series. It's not gonna be short stories like with the Romina, that each one's like, you can pick up any Romina book and you'll understand it and you'll get it even if you didn't read the other ones. For this one I'm making now, you'll have to read it in order. You cannot really skip and just read the second or third book or whatever. I'm getting so ahead of myself. It doesn't exist yet. I'm like, second or third book. Oh, my stomach just rumbled. Oh, you said something. Yeah, I've been thinking of, like, it's not a matter of how hard it is. It's as hard as just making the art, right? I have a lot of art that I think it's good enough to put in a book. And I've been thinking of releasing like an cute art book, mainly with the sexy or a little bit spicy drawings or something, because I have a lot of those. The thing is that when you release a book, I usually go to events that are either for Idol Master only, original only, or maybe like all genre. How do you say that? How do you say this? All genre. I don't know how to speak well. In those, I can take all of my books, but I don't know. I think I would like to release a book with series that I really love instead of just fan art. I've done that because people have asked me to. I don't know. You have to cover the cost with the sales as well. Just printing and getting the book out, it's not hard. It just takes money and the time to draw the art, right? But anybody can make a doujinshi, really. You just go to the printer and send in your file with all the pages and everything, and like, print this, here's the money. And that's that. You just have to have the money. And the more you print, the cheaper it is per unit. But doujinshi, it's known that you're printing a small a small lot. Like most circles aren't really popular enough to just print like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books. So maybe they do like just 50 or 100 or 200, maybe even 300 books. And in those runs, the cost per book is relatively high, which is why those changes are so expensive. Like if you go to a library or a bookstore, I mean, and try to find an art book for, you can get like a very big book for maybe 1,000 yen, and it's like a few hundred pages. But a doujinshi maybe it's like a 20-page book, and it's 500 or 1,000 yen. And I mean, I should say in dollars, right? Like $5 for a book that's like 10 or 20 pages. It's kind of expensive. But that's the thing with doujinshi. People know that it's a pretty limited item. So, but yeah, you do have to have a bit of a following to sell your stuff. My first art book that I did, the one of the Idol Master, the Twinderella one, I cannot believe, actually I do believe it because it's true, that I still have stock of that thing. It's so old, it's my oldest book, and I still have it, while the first Romina comic that I released on the same day, I had to reprint with the double the amount, and it's almost running out again. It's insane, it's the difference between those. I do look at the art on the Twinderella one, and it's kind of cringy at this point. It was the best I could do back then, so I'm not really ashamed of it, but I do see I've improved a lot since then. For Romina, since it's traditional, it's a manga, it's a different style, so it has survived most of the test of time, you could say. Oh, it's saving. So people still buy it and still like it, even now, so many years later. So many years, like 3 years later. Thank you. I will most likely make one eventually. I just have other priorities, but I do have an cute artwork planned out. I already have selected some illustrations. I have them set up and ready. I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to sell it. And right now I'm focusing on this new manga. So after that, probably, maybe before this year ends. I don't know. I don't want to promise anything. Since the last time I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and that, I couldn't, and people got sad. Like, I've been promising a new Idol Master book for over a year, and I haven't done it. I was thinking, oh, as soon as Corona blows over, I'll do it. It hasn't blown over at all. Sales have really dropped because of Corona. A lot less people go to events, and a lot less events actually take place here. So, I mean, of course, that's what's gonna happen. It's a pandemic, but I want to sell my books. So it's pretty sad. My newest Idol Master book is gonna be 2 years old this summer. Yikes. And I still go to Idol Master only events. And I get people that come to my booth and they go, yeah. I know, I merged layers. There. I thought I messed everything up. See, I was distracted and I almost irreversibly merged the layers. I'm taking a little bit more care into Romina because I think I'm gonna make maybe pins or something out of this illustration because I really like her. Another reason I haven't really done an cute art book is because I want to have more original things than fan art on my shop and as a circle, right? I don't want to just be known because of fan art. I want my original stuff to be known more. So I will, of course, continue to do fan art forever because I like it as well. But I want original content to be my main thing. I think it's a good thing, but here's the thing, for my books at least, I think that for comics, I will always continue to reprint or make them available. So nobody misses out on any story ever. For art books, however, I think I wouldn't be reprinting them unless they are like a compilation of my works from this year to that year. But for example, Tunderella, once it's sold out, I'm not making more of that. The digital copies will always be there, but for most art books, I wouldn't be reprinting. Maybe the Miss Nena's one, because it's original. I just want to keep my original stuff always available for people to have. But for fan art, it's like, that's not what really represents me. I'd like to think, or that's what how I want to present myself. I really like Romina's side fringe, like this triangle thing that goes down like this. I love that. I love it when they do that. The first artist or manga that I read that had this hairstyle, and I completely fell in love with this fringe style thing, was Karin, the one that won this month's poll. I'm gonna be finishing her up soon, from Yuna Kagesaki. I really like how that looks, so I thought of implementing it in some of my characters, since I saw it wasn't just a Yuna Kagesaki thing and nobody else. I saw it was another type of hairdo. So I thought, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't think I did it intentionally though. I think it was like subconsciously that I just adapted it into my designs. Like both Romina and Tangerine from the other series have this uppity-doo hair thing. But I didn't want all the characters to look like that, so I just kept it to those two, or maybe one or two characters within the same story, so nobody gets confused. I want the characters to be recognizable. Like, I don't want people to look at Romina and think, oh, that's Cotone, just because both of them have this dark hair and green eyes, but they're really different. So that even if you look at them in black and white, I want them to be recognizable, since they're, well, manga characters, so they have to be recognizable. I don't want to depend on coloring to differentiate my characters. No, you shouldn't watch the anime. It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. Since I like the manga so much, I was like, oh, I can't believe there's an anime. I'm gonna watch the anime. It's, out of all the series I've watched, there's plenty that butcher the original work, but Karin's the worst by far. The anime is just atrocious. not only does it just divert a little, like they add a completely different plot, completely unnecessary, bland characters. Like the only good thing about it, I think I've said it before, it's the opening theme. I like it, but I don't like anything else. I don't like the color scheme, like the saturation they used. I don't like anything. I don't like how she has flowers coming out of her nose. Like, what? Why flowers? It's just stupid. Stupid. I don't like it. But the worst thing is what they did with the story and the ending. Ugh. It's just awful. It's an insult to poor Kagesaki Yuna. Speaking of Kagesaki Yuna, I've met her, and she actually follows me on Twitter, which is one of my life accomplishments, I think. And she's such a nice person. She's so approachable. I met so many, since I've come to Japan, I met a lot of the artists I've grown to love over the years. And I have the best impression of her, I think. She's really cool. She continues to go to events and sell her stuff, and since she's not as mainstream as others, you can usually find some time to just talk to her, have her draw something for you. She's really cool. I want to have that with people, even in a fantasy world where I become super famous and I have a released manga or anime or whatever. I still want to have my feet on the earth and be able to talk with people, to talk with my fans. I don't want to lose that. I want to talk to the people that like my work. I want to connect with them. I want my stories to make people happy, my art to make people happy. Like, yeah. So I'm really happy to see a published, renowned, internationally known author be like that. So she's a real inspiration for me. She already liked the tweet where I said I was gonna be drawing Karin this month, so I'm a bit nervous. I hope she will like it. I think she will, but I'm a bit nervous for that. I'm going a little extra detailed with Romina, and extra clean because I like her the best. Sorry everybody else. I'm almost out of time though, and my neck is hurting and my tummy is rumbling. So I'm just gonna leave this here for today. So looking back, I'm just gonna pronounce them as I can. This is Rias Gremory. Rias Gremory. Rias Gremory. I don't know. This is her from high school, D by D or something, I think. I don't know. I only know her by name. I know she's pretty popular in the series, so hope fans will like her. Fans of high school D por D, digo yo. How do you say that? D by D? It's like written like this. High school D X D. So do you just say DXD, D by D? In Spanish we just say that por, so I say high school D por D, and that makes no sense. But yeah, she's from that series. I'm pretty sure she's from that series. And then there's Louise. I'm gonna fix her later because her eye's a little wonky, but I think she's cute. And there's Romina, which I'm doing right now. I'm thinking of moving a lot of at least for the characters I like, DXD. Oh, right. DXD. Claro, sí. No sé por qué pensé por D, DXD. D por D. Creo que digo high school D por D. Yeah, high school D por D. That's what I say. I'm thinking of Okay, Louise. What was the other? Louise Françoise Leblanc de la Valliere, something like that. Don't worry about the pronunciation. You've heard how they say it in Japanese. It's pretty monstrous, so you should be fine. But I was thinking of taking a lot of these sketches and requests and things of characters I do like. Like, I'm sorry for this girl because I don't really know her, so I don't like her or dislike her. She's just there, which is okay. But for Louise, I watched the anime, I know her, so I'm thinking of releasing can badges of some of these artworks. Like for this one, for sure, I'm gonna make something because she's mine. But for Louise and other ones I've done before, I think I'm gonna do that because can badges were fun to make and they sold relatively good, at least the Genshin ones. So I'm thinking of making more. Yeah, maybe I'll do like I wouldn't make them random if I make only one of the series. Like I wouldn't be making the rest of the characters from Sereno Tsukaima. So I would just make a Louise one and that's it. Okay, so that's a thing. This is a thing, and this is a thing in progress. So that was that. I'm gonna end the stream now. It was fun. It was different because I talked more than last time, but it was fun. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to shut up now and leave. Hope you have a nice day, a nice week. Eat your vegetables unlike me. And